Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voices of Mars with me, Mars here, and I'm going to review the Tablewar Mini Case that came from the Kickstarter not too long ago. And this is my particular case. Ta-da! I love this case. Let's start off with first impressions. First impression, 1. It looks like a makeup case and a lot of my non-gaming friends are making fun of me about it. I didn't care. It's gonna be, you know, my miniatures, my display miniatures are gonna be in there, and I'm probably gonna bring this to Adepticon 2014. Second impression, it's so pretty. I really like how it looks, and I like the fact that mine has that clear acrylic in front of it. So let's say if I'm bringing this over, you know, to the airplane, the TSA does not need to open it. They can just look at it. Oh, it's just toy soldiers. You know, I hope they're not gonna open this. Now, the third impression that I have about this thing is pretty heavy. I don't know what's the actual weight of this, but this is heavier than I thought it would be. And lastly, I like how the fact that it has a bunch of locks. Like this is one over here with the regular lock keys. This 2 over here as well. And then there's also the combination lock on top. I love the security of it. So if someone's gonna steal the bag and take the bag with them, pretty much they kind of have to jack open this case hoping not to break the miniature inside it. I don't particularly care about the branding on top or inside. I mean, I wish there's a custom option of putting, you know, my own name or whatever, but I'm probably gonna put stickers all over this case. But that is the first impression of this Tablewar Mini Case. Now let's get into what comes with it. First, you got this, and then the Kickstarter, the one that I got, which was the Early Commander, I think it was. I don't remember. It was the $85 one. And you get these type of trays that's patented by Tablewar. These actually slide into the case that I'm gonna show later. But it comes with 2 of these, and these are the half sizes, not the full size that the Tablewar did previously. On top of these 2 trays, you can select out of the Kickstarter. You can select a couple of the unit trays, or if you want just a flat one that comes along with it. And I've chosen, because a lot of my stuff are all Malifaux, so it's 30, 40, and 50 mil instead of the regular GW stuff, which is 20, 40, 60, and 120 or 80, I believe. And you know, so there's a lot of different varieties. And if you notice, it comes with a metal plate, so you can magnetize your units and just place them on here. This goes on top of these trays and you slide it in. Now the way that you slide these trays in is pretty easy. I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. First, the case can be opened in 2 different ways. One is going from the side right here, and then just pop the top open like so, and boom. You'll see slots over here on the sides, and you'll also notice that there's hinges inside. So what does that mean? You pop open on the side, and this can actually become a display case like this with your trays inside it. Now the best part also, this comes unhinged by itself. Oh, well, not itself, but you can pull it out without breaking the case. Now this becomes a case that you can, you know, put on the table if you want to show people your models, and if you want to, you know, prepare for your army or whatnot. Now these slots are where these particular trays are going to go into. I'll show you real quick how to do that. Make sure that you remember that there is a back side and there is a front side for these trays. So you go onto the back side into here and slide it in like so. That is pretty much secure. This thing is not going to move anywhere. The only thing that's going to move is the unit tray. But with your units on there, secured with the magnets, it is going to be pretty tough to kind of drop in, you know, unless you drop your case and everything flies out. You know, foam case would be better for that, but this is a display case. This is for your army when you bring it to tournaments, so it's easy for you to just take out, you know, in and out actually. You can also magnetize these trays onto the actual tray, so you'll be securing it in you know, double measurement. Now I have the second tray over here that comes along with it. I'm just gonna slide it in randomly in one of the slots, if I can see which slot that I'm sliding it into. There you go. So you got 2 slots, and there is 7 slots inside this to put your tray. I don't know if you guys can see it. over here there's 7 slots that you can put, and the distance between each slot, it depends on what kind of model you want to bring. Sometimes the models are this tall, so you want to put one on the bottom here and one sort of on the top. But I've calculated that if you do mount your models on the bottom, you have about 8 inches of space to hit the top. So, you know, if you have large display bases, you can just glue them on the bottom. Obviously, you can't use the trays anymore after that, and just secure them with like sticky tack or whatever on the bottom, so you have 8 inch of clearance space inside it. In total, the dimension of this case is actually, the length over here is 14 inches, the width is 10 inches, and the height is 9 inches. The best part of this case that I think is you can actually take this onto the plane and slide it under the feet, you know, your foot compartment somewhere there. You can slide it so you can bring whatever backpack that you already have, and you can bring this case as well. I did mention that this case is heavier than it looks, and it's already kind of heavy without whatever miniatures you're gonna put in here. And if you have to hold them for a prolonged period of time, this is gonna tire you out. So make sure that, you know, you place them on the ground securely and make sure no one's gonna, you know, take them. I haven't gotten pictures because I haven't traveled with this particular case yet, but once I do have pictures, I will definitely post them up for you. I think I slide the top part wrong. Of course I would. There we go, fixed. So this is how the case looked like, and I'm gonna try to close it. Oh, before I go, also comes with a tray. You can put, you know, your dice and your rule book or whatever. You can even roll dice on here. It's pretty cool. It comes with instruction on how to change the combination lock on top, and also the keys. You get your keys in here. You got four keys, to 2 pairs of keys, and you can, you know, take them. Just don't forget to bring your keys when you go travel. You can slide them underneath, and let's hinge this back on. Close it, lock it, snap the sides, and we're done. Really cool looking case. My final thoughts on it: price point, if it's a Kickstarter and you get a little bit of discount, it is pretty worth it because it is sturdy, it's heavy duty. You can kind of kick it around a little bit. The case is not going to break, but I'm not guaranteeing, you know, anything happen to your miniatures inside unless you secure them with magnets. The price point is a little high if you're not buying it through like some kind of discount, but it is well worth it. The quality is excellent. I would recommend it for you to get if you are going to competitions like Crystal Brush or somewhere that's out of the country that you have to bring your models, because don't ever bring your model inside a bag that you check in, because I heard horror stories about people like getting their miniature broken by TSA and stuff. So make sure you know you should not ever check in your miniature, even if it's your, you know, your tournament miniatures or just to play, unless they're all in boxes, like new in boxes or blisters. Don't ever check in your bag so the TSA could just ruin them. Well, there you go, a review of the Tablewar Mini display case like this. Well, display and carrying case, I would say. So there you go, that's my review on the Tablewar Mini Case that came with the Kickstarter recently. Hopefully they'll be available for retail soon, but if you want to check out their site, go to tablewar.com, and they are actually in San Diego. So if you know that you're pretty close to San Diego, if you want to pick them up, I don't know, you might want to arrange something with them. But tablewar.com, link probably down below. And if you guys have got any comment on, you know, what you think about the case, if you've gotten it from your Kickstarter, please let me know. Just comment down below. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Mars. Bye.